What's going on, folks? I'm AutoMattock. So we're going to talk about this process where I hesitate so much to say discovered because ever since Gen, right, I have like discovery PTSD where like, oh, he found it? Is he taking credit? That's not, I don't care. Just leave me alone. I just want to talk about how I got there, right? How I found this crush counter and then the frame kill to the fully charged V-trigger hard punch, right? Just want to talk about what the tools that I use and the creative process, and maybe it'll help you understand how you can do it yourself or get some ideas for other things as well. Now, two things that I use. One of them provided by tool assisted, the Okizeme timeline. This gives me a really good idea. And it helps me enhance the ideas that I have to be a lot more accurate and to be able to discover if it's possible. And the other thing I use is something that I am developing myself. I call it the active frame Okizeme timeline kind of thing, but really it's just a layout of when moves could potentially happen and you're comparing them to each other, or using it as a tool to find out where you're at or find out what you could do if you know where you're at. And by that, what I mean by where you're at is when you knock somebody down, or maybe the frame advantage, but more so if you knock somebody down. How much frame advantage do you have? And it really does make a difference if you know if you're +2 when you knock them down, if you're +3. And by +3 and +4 and all that, I mean how much time do you have before they are up off the ground and you're able to hit your opponent. And this really makes a big difference. So, for example, this back fierce knockdown, I can tell you, when you dash up, you're +3 against their normal recovery. Now, this is the whole reason why I did this in the first place. I want to see when I am +3 against their normal recovery, I have to be +8 against their back recovery. So I really want to examine what lines up and what choices can be made. And then I want to find out if it's better to be at a different advantage. If it's better to be +4. Is like, for example, +5 in my opinion is worse than being +4, because this command grab is 6. And you have throw invulnerability in this game. So if you're +5 while somebody is on the ground, and then you command grab at +5, you're not going to throw them because you have too much frame advantage. And if they're mashing their 3 frame or anything, your throw is going to whiff and they're going to punish you. So it's better to be at +4. So I have this notated here. So you can see how the command grab will work at +4. If you're +3, the command grab and the throw will work. But so for example, if you're +4 on their normal recovery, where you get that command grab Oki, which by the way, the crouching short hits on the second active frame, which means that you can combo into another crouching short because it's +4 now. But if they back recover, you have these options here. Looks like from here to here. You have standing medium punch, forward hard punch, which is not going to be that good, standing medium kick, no good either, and so on and so forth. So that's really what this tool was designed to help me enhance my discovering capability. So, to give you an example, with that same 3 and 8, same +3 and +8, which I get from doing back hard punch and dashing up, this is the normal recovery. No, this is the back recovery. Let's go to the normal recovery. Now, according to the spreadsheet, and according to the way the active frames lay out, if I do a command grab or a throw, actually no, if I do a throw, this will be medium. If I do a dash up and throw, you won't be able to 3-frame me. So, since that's +3, we can also do crouching short. No, command grab will definitely work. Yes. The command grab will definitely work if I time it right. Because we're +3, this will happen on the same frame. So, that's good. Now, if they back recover, I have standing medium punch. Alright, standing medium punch, boom. Counter it, go into another standing medium punch, and then confirm into Abigail punch, right? One of these, one of those, and then that can combo, etc., etc. So, I can now use this information and apply it to any knockdown that's +3 and 8. So, when we have a hard knockdown, I can still go with the same process. Except, it doesn't matter the difference of 5. If it's a hard knockdown, it's always going to be the same. And you get hard knockdowns with crush counters, sweeps, crush counter sweeps. That's one way that and then EX DPs, and then some DPs. So crush counter sweeps. Now, when you combine these two ideas, you have an unblockable with armor with this V-trigger hard punch. You have an unblockable with armor and you have a hard knockdown. So then I see what kind of frame kill could be involved with making it so that this hits, you know, at a good time. And I might not even have the idea yet of why it will work. But through the process of creativity and figuring it out, I get questions like, what if I hit it on the 4th frame? What if I absorb a hit of armor? Or what if, okay, throws are 5 frames, I don't have to worry about 3 frames anymore. Maybe I can do it on the 4th frame against 3-frame characters. So I start getting these ideas, and then you just experiment. So I know now, because I laid out where the active frames could be, I know where my charged hard punch needs to be at. So next thing I need to do is I need to see how long it takes for me, how long my opponent is on the ground when I do this crush counter. When they're in that state where they can't do anything else but be on the ground for that only that same amount of time. So with tool assisted, you can see with the crouching roundhouse, they are on the ground for 61 frames for the no recovery, and no recovery is what is induced when you crush counter them with a sweep. So they're on the ground for 61 frames. So I want to find a way to get from 60 to at least 41 and maybe 47. Within this range is when I want it to hit, because this is when it's going to hit them during its active frames. And you can't block it, so you know, you might see it coming, but if you don't have a DP, or if you don't have a armor move, if you don't have like a parry mechanic, it's going to hit you. The best you can do is backdash to mitigate the damage if he doesn't have super, by the way. So we're at 61. So at minimum, I need to be at 41. So I just need to kill 20 frames. In between 61 and 41, I need to kill 20 frames. And I knew off the top of my head that his standing light kick was 20 frames total. So you can do this by looking at you can look at this chart here. This gives you the moves within a timeline. It tells you what is the slowest active frame, and it's ordered by the total active frames, is what I'm desperately trying to say. So the fastest total active frames that you have are the crouching light kick, standing light punch, crouching light punch. But then next you have 20. And 20 fits in line perfectly. This is all we need. If we actually do crouching light kick, it'll be too fast. And then next is vroom vroom. It looks like we can do this too. No, we can't. That's actually too long. I think crouching short fits in perfectly. Alright? So the other method you could go about doing this, if you go to frame kill, remember 41 is the minimum number, and we're at 61. So we want to kill 20 frames. So standing light kick will get us to 41, which just perfectly qualifies to do this. Yeah, the next in line is 23. If we take 23 away from 61, we're at 38. So that's why we can't do anything but this one. So 38, we can actually get crouching hard punch. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we can do something that's faster. Never thought of that. But I think this one's probably better because you can potentially get the back fierce combo, right? And that does ridiculous amounts of damage. Okay. So yeah, standing light kick, that will kill 20 frames. Therefore, we will be at that plus 41 state. Boom, right there. Now, the reason why this just qualifies is because you actually absorb a hit from the 3 frames. The 4 frames, you will out-prioritize them. The grab just happens too slow. The grab is 5 frames. And since you're hitting him on the 4th active frame, I should pull up how it hits too. And since you're hitting them on the 4th active frame, you're just hitting them before they can throw you. So here's when they get up off the ground. You see, this is the 1st frame, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. That lines up with the active frame of the charged hard punch. That's why they can't throw you, because it's happening before they can throw you. Now, the 3rd frame is where if they're matching a 3 frame. If Laura's matching standing jab, it's going to hit her. It's going to absorb that. So it doesn't matter that it doesn't hit on the 3rd frame or earlier. You just absorb the hit. So that's kind of cheap. So, I mean, what I also want to talk about is like really the effectiveness of this knockdown. Because the method where you're getting there, that's the part that's a little tricky. A crush counter roundhouse, that roundhouse is like negative 14 on block. So that's not something you really want to throw out there unless you're confident it's going to hit. Like you're going to whiff punish like Colleen's Hailstorm. Then crouching roundhouse is good. But that's not crush countering. So the only other method I found well, maybe not the only other method, but the other method that I tried to like implement in that Twitter video is the crouching roundhouse knockdown itself. So if you back recover against this, and then you do another crouching roundhouse, that's what's going to crush counter your opponents if they back recover and mash. But if they do this and then block, you're negative. They're going to punish you for it. So this situation is extremely rare in the first place. So it's really dangerous, but it's not going to really happen to somebody who knows better, to be honest with you. It might happen a little bit haphazardly, but it's not something you will see frequently. I can guarantee you that. You might see it one time, and then it explodes at some tournament, and it's not me doing it. Ugh. But yeah, it's a very rare occasion. But demonstrating the method of which you find getting to that, that's what's really important to me. That's what I really want to. That's what I really want to convey to people. Is why this works and how. So I think I have throw programmed as 3, right? Maybe. No, that's definitely not throw. But that actually will work against this setup. I'll prove it. Because it has armor on frame 3. So I'm glad I accidentally found that. She will absorb my hit and then hit me. So yeah, there's one of your solutions. Armor moves, because those are active on that 3rd frame. And I hit on the 4th frame. Okay, that was a lot. How do I close videos? Like, comment, sub. That's what YouTubers do, right? Boom. Twitch.tv/AutoMattock. I had a long session. Played a lot of ranked yesterday. It actually wasn't that bad. It was that bad, but it was fun. It was fun to have that experience and have an audience and, you know, everyone. I think it was entertaining for everybody all around. So we will have more of that. Twitch.tv/AutoMattock, Twitter.com/AutoMattock. Hope you learned something. I'm AutoMattock. Where's my turn off button? There it is.